achieved success at a young age. So where do you go from here? How do you see yourself in 5 years? And another question is, you and Charisse are friends, right? Ever consider collaborating together? Have you talked together recently?
Yeah. She's working on her second international album, I think.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. No, I think, you know, I actually will be, I believe we're performing at the same event Sunday. So it'll be good to see her there.
The girls, is that it?
Yeah, the girl, yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. She's she's great. She's so talented, and I have a lot of respect for her, not just as a performer, but as a person too. And we actually collaborated on the Christmas album last year.
My favorite Christmas song of all time.
Oh yeah? Oh, thank you.
David, we're a fashion magazine. You seem like a t-shirt and jeans kind of guy. What are some of your favorite things in your closet?
I like comfortable stuff.
Okay.
I mean, to be honest, I know sometimes it's fun to dress up too, sometimes, but for the most part, I like to be comfortable, and I feel like, you know, sometimes it's important to, especially when there are nicer events and stuff, to look to try and think more fashion forward.
Okay.
It's like how do you become unique? But a lot of the times, I feel like there's so many different people you're meeting every day. Especially when you're not in LA and stuff, when you're in the industry, it's like everyone's trying to, you know, move ahead and try and keep up with the times and stuff. But when you're around other people, I like to be able to relate to them as well. So I feel most comfortable wearing, you know, a plain. I like to keep things plain, not too busy and stuff, because then I feel like you're able to look nice, but you're not being distracting and taking away the focus and attention on what you're trying to share and give to people. Especially with people like, you know, people who aren't in the industry or who aren't really like, maybe can't even afford that kind of stuff. I want to be able to relate to who I'm meeting. And a lot of, you know, especially when you go to poor areas or things like that, or meeting just kids and stuff, you feel like, you know, it's like I want to be able to relate to them because these people look up to me. And I want them to not just focus on, oh, he looked so cool. I mean, I want to look decent enough where it's like he looked nice and stuff, or maybe cooler. But I want them to more remember the kind of person I was. And so I really try to focus on that. And sometimes I can get a little sloppy or lazy in how I dress, but I just want to be able to know. I don't want to seem unapproachable or unreachable or distant.
The release date of your album was pushed back. Did you have to remove any songs or add new ones, and how did that make you feel?
Well, Stomping the Roses, I added at the very last minute. We were literally going past our deadline, recording and finishing the production of the song, because it was so last minute to add on the album as well. I mean, if I hadn't pushed back the album, a few of the songs wouldn't have made it. So,
like which ones?
Who I Am, Stomping the Roses, Probably Falling Stars.
Most of my favorites.
Good Place was a last minute addition. Good Place, I wasn't even going to put Good Place on the album because even though I felt a very strong connection to it personally, the production wasn't right. But then I was like, because so many people would say with other songs, oh, well, that's a good song, but the production doesn't work, so we're not going to do it. But because I was able to be more forward and stuff, when I was like, well, Good Place, I love that song, but the production didn't work. I was like, well, then why don't I change it? Yeah. Let's change it.
You brought up Who I Am. I just wanted to ask you, how did Jeff Fenster feel about that line in the song?
I know, that's so funny.
Jeff Fenster, yeah, I did. In Who I Am, I mentioned my A&R person from the label, just kind of as a joke. And it was just a joke at first. We had another lyric in there, but when I recorded the demo, that's what I said, and just to kind of be funny. And then it ended up sticking and staying. So it was kind of funny to kind of call him out. I don't know. I think he kind of liked maybe that kind of a little bit of just the fact that he kind of got a little bit of a spotlight on there. But it was it was just kind of funny that it stayed. I wasn't expecting it to stay there.
David, I guess my last question would be, you wrote with a lot of Nashville songwriters for this album, like Joy and Nate, and you talked earlier about how for this album you grew and you improved. How did your trips to Nashville help you grow and improve as a person and an artist?
The trips to Nashville, because of the kind of people that were there and that I became friends with, it really influenced the direction of the album, because in all the other writing sessions I had before Nashville were about, oh, what is the biggest hit we can write? How it's not catchy enough, we can't do that. It's like you do something that you felt and it's like not catchy enough, or that lyric is not hooky enough and we need to repeat more things. It's just like, it was so, I think people get so caught up in the form and the formula of how to write a hit song, hip hop catchy song, and oh, the lyrics need to be more relationship-y. And when I would come up with ideas and song lyrics before, people would be like, oh, you know, you can't do that. You have to make it, you have to turn it into a relationship song. And it's just like, and I believe them. I just said, okay, I guess that's the way it is. They allowed me, they really paid attention to the kind of person I wanted to be. And it's like, okay, who is David? And I wasn't even sure at the beginning, a year ago, when I was there writing in last October 2009. They really were patient enough with me to allow me to figure out who I was. And then instead of just them telling me, this is who you are, this is what you're going to be, they waited enough and were patient enough for me to figure out myself so that I could tell them who I was. And that, I think, was so amazing, and it completely changed my life. And it's totally changed my perspective of things and what I wanted to share with people. So
David, you're working on our Valentine's issue. We'd like to know, how are you going to spend your Valentine's?
I'm not sure how I'm going to spend my Valentine's Day.
How do you usually spend it?
Alone.
How about next year?
I don't know.
Next year you're not alone anymore.
Oh, I don't know. I probably will be, to be honest, but you never know. I think maybe because I'm just not in a relationship or anything like that, it might be kind of fun to maybe take I think it'd be kind of fun to maybe take my mom out on a date, a mother and son date kind of thing. I think that'd be cool to do. Yeah.
I think we're out of time. So,
all right.
do you think you could sign this for me?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah, these two.
Oh, this is sure, thanks. All right, so let's go to the other one.
We were afraid that the book wasn't going to come out here. So
Oh, yeah.
Fortunately, it did.
Oh, I'm really glad it did. We actually, yeah, it was, I don't know, never mind. That's a long story.
Why?
Long story I'm not going to talk about. Okay, no, I'm really glad that the book is here. It's cool to see.